hit these gas tanks, these jerry cans with okay. Well, we got a coat on our body and our frame. Let's just set our jerry cans back there. We'll let everything dry for, oh, I think I'm going to make some supper and let this dry for an hour or so before we start doing any masking or anything. Not so sure if we're going to freehand this or if we're going to mask in this camouflage. We'll see. Maybe we'll try a test pattern on a piece of stock, piece of cardstock. But yeah, it's starting to come along. So I popped the factory wheels on, and they look really good. I like the factory wheels too. So I think I'm gonna do it so I could put either set on. I do have. Well, let me reach over here. Oh boy, Gargamel. Okay, so I have 26.5. That's about the right size. So that makes it look pretty beefy with not correct wheels. So we have a prototype never in service from what I understand with the Bushmaster. And what is it? The red T, the ready T or the red T system or whatever, I guess was a prototype, never really went into service. So this is a sort of like what if, I'm sure we don't know every single vehicle that was deployed on every single mission, so I'm gonna maybe flirt with danger here as far as accuracy goes, which is nothing new for me. With the camo scheme, not really sure. I found a really good one. Here's the picture. Actually, I didn't find it. Busy Builder found it yesterday during his live stream, and we were looking at different paint schemes, and he had seen this one, and he brought it, gave me a link for it, and I found it. So there's that, which looks pretty cool, and that's the same basic, base coat. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint these in, I think in a black and finish them out, and I think I'm going to do these ones in with the tan, and then have a set for each, depending on how I want to position this thing in the desert or on the road street, because the dust for either scene will work. So I mean, that sort of dusty, just dust that's not covered in mud, will work for a urban scene or for the desert. So yeah, we're sort of having fun. It's really comes together once you get a coat of paint on it, though, I have to say. Really brings those these side panels, the door sections, you know, it really starts to come to life once you get a coat of paint on it. It starts to look like something, for sure, big time. Yeah, I'm happy with it. It's looking pretty good. Looks like we're rough and ready to get going. We got our little hitches and everything here on the back. Our toe rings, our hitches, our underside. So yeah, we're ready to start working on our camo and then into painting out our details underneath. We've got our exhaust to paint, we've got our axles to paint in, we've got definitely some stuff to do underneath here, and then we'll add a pin wash and get some, you know, grease and grime sort of going in underneath it. Not too terribly dirty, I don't think, this one. I'm going to make it just, you know, maintain, but, you know, basically running around doing its thing, getting normal wear and tear, nothing too abusive. I'll set that aside. So there's a look at what we've kind of got started with the interior. We've got our displays sort of roughed in. And we've got this one down here roughed in. So you can see our knobs. You can see the screens. This one there. So yeah, I think once we get a clear coat on this, get a pin wash on there, and maybe even a couple decals here and there, maybe just warning placards or something, maybe, I don't know, we'll see. But definitely coming along now that we got a coat of paint on her. So yeah, a couple seconds and I'll be back with I guess a determination on camo. Just figured I might as well rough up another one of these jerry cans. There's before and after, and that's the silver showing through. Just not a whole bunch, but just enough to sort of, in scale, I think it looks pretty good. Get a little bit of shine underneath there. So once we get a clear coat, add a little bit of oil stain and fuel stain running down and stuff, it should look pretty good. And really all I do is not let the TAMIYA set up too much, you know, maybe 5 minutes or so, and then a little bit of spittle. I find spit works good, and it just let it soften the paint a bit. I just work it with this toothbrush. I really like this toothbrush here that I found. It's a little bit more, it's not quite as coarse. It has more of a uniform bristle in it, so it seems to work really good for this kind of stuff. All I do is moisten it a bit. That's maybe a little bit gross, but whatever, that's modeling for you. Okay, let me get a bit off this back side. Just drag it across, let it soften up the TAMIYA paint. I want to get some off the top here, because that's obviously where it's going to get a lot of wear and tear. Scrub off the handle part a bit and around our spout. And there we go. Oops, 2 slightly weathered gas cans. Nice, cool. They look good. I like them. Okay, those add a nice little bit of detail. So it looks like we're going to have room back here for some stowage. So I'll pull some stuff out and we'll get looking around and see what we're going to, you know, go with. But I think for now we'll let this set and then we'll get into our camouflage coming up next.
Boston College head coach and then now year 2 as the defensive coordinator for the.
Okay, now I want to make this smaller so I can see both. There we go. Oh, how did I manage that? I do not know, but that's cool. Okay, wow, picture in picture. Sweet. Okay, I want to be so ever careful and get that sort of yellowy color going. So let's get in there.
And I think that's a direct response to and they're back up, and you don't.
Come up this other corner. Yes, looks at the back there. Okay, there you go. Now, from coming up that side, we'll come up this corner, set you aside here. So let's see what we got. Quite a bit looks like going up over here. So. right. So we've got our camo going. We've got our 2 browns on our base color. And now I'm just gonna see, I think I'm gonna work between the flat black and maybe the NATO black, and I have the rubber black. I think I'm gonna go with the rubber black, and I'm gonna use the NATO black on the rims, I think, and to get them black. Either that or use the black on the rims and the rubber black on the tires. Or the NATO black on the tires to make them look faded. Nah, they look well, they are kind of faded on the outside. I guess I could go from this to this. Because if we look, I like this little feature I got here. I did not know I could do this. This is, I can actually pull the picture out of my media player and copy it and paste it right in live. I thought I had to do this in post, but I can do this like right now as I'm recording, which is great because I've got it right there to look at too while I'm painting it. So kind of a new feature there. I was able to make it smaller too. It's a little smaller now, so it's not quite in the way. So it gives us our reference there. So that's a cool little feature. I didn't know I could do that. I'm glad I found that. So let's see, what are we gonna do here? I guess we're gonna get into the rubber black. Let's do that. Let's get into the rubber black and let's get that done. So let's give her a good shake up and I'll get us into the airbrush. And we'll start doing this little black bit, these forked tongues, snakes or forks or whatever. Looks like each one kind of goes into a little forked tongue like a snake. Yeah, we'll be right back with that. Okie dokie. Well, here we go. We kind of thought we'd start with the gun last time. And instead we started with the paint and we're finishing with the gun. So just goes to show you my planning skills. I started from the bottom. Anyways, we've got the chain gun pretty well, the Bushmaster assembled. I'm going to just zoom down here so you can get a look at her. Okay, and we got our rounds going here. We've got the gun basically started. We've got it into position. We've got the turret set up. It will turn. Well, it does turn if I grab, but I don't really want to grab it because none of this is glued yet. This is still loose. We have one more belt of bullets here, shells to put together. I'll just show you how I was painting those, the little yellow and the silver. It's kind of looking really good once they're done. And there's a look at our chain gun. So we still have, let's see, as far as assembly goes, we have still our gas tanks to glue on. We'll finish weathering up those. The other one's right here. We've got our sights for the chain gun, the Bushmaster, and what I want to do is I want to get some chrome. I've got some chrome here, paint. I want to get a small brush in there just to chrome, and then I want to get some green and some yellow and on the liquid resin. So I want to get it silver, then get resin on it, and then get the clear on it, and then put some lenses inside of those. So we'll be doing that, and just adding a couple little bags here that I want to put on the backs of the seats. I just think to kind of sort of add some, I think I'll set these on the backs of the seats hanging off for this particular one, because it's going to be out in the test range, I guess, being tested. Now we have our glass to put in, so we have our lenses. We've just started getting some silver in there. Get ready for our headlight lenses. They'll go in nicely. And we have our windows to put in. So this one is these are the front. So what we're gonna have to do is mask out our windshield wipers and do the dusting just on the window, just to give it a bit of windshield wiper thing. And then we have our open window. These are our side windows and our back window. So we'll get our glass put in, and then I guess we're decals. We've got a clear coat on this over top, so we've got everything is protected. We got a nice matte clear coat on everything, and we can get started with our decals. So there's not a lot of them, but we'll be definitely getting them on. I've got a little emblem too that I might stick on this thing just for fun. And let me see. Oh, our mirrors. We've got our mirrors painted black. We've got our chrome. So now that I've got it chrome, I'll add the super chrome. I've just got aluminum silver marker on here. I'll get the super chrome on there to make it more shiny. And I was thinking I might stick a bottle inside, water bottle, just for poops and giggles. And let me see. That basically gets us to where we're at. Looking pretty good. It's coming along, looking pretty cool, I think. I did do this again with the wheels, so we have both sets. We have our factory set here, and we have this set here. I'm setting it up so I can swap them out if I want to, either. And I have to say, seeing as this is sort of a, what if sort of truck that wasn't really, within any unit or anything, I'm kind of liking it with these ones on it. I like the tread. I think the tread looks really cool. Adds a lot of detail. So I think I'm going to put these ones on it. I think these are the wheels I'm going to go with. So I'm just going to cut back our. Whatchamacallit, we got some more detail painting to do underneath, and we're just going to cut these shafts that I've got to hold the wheels on. We'll just cut them back so that they're not sticking out so far, but I think they're going to work really well. I kind of like them. I think they look good. So there's our Q-tip thing, and then if I just cut those down, the wheel will go in further, going closer to the body. Oh, there's that mirror I cut, or this antenna I sort of stuck on and just temporarily to see what it looks like there. I think that's probably where I mounted. I think I might put a little box there. Just have it swivel. And then here is our chain gun, which basically just sits right in here. And it just sits right there with these fins inside this hole there, and it just sits right inside the turret. Our hood fits good. We got a nice gap between there and the front. And here's our painted bullets that go inside of our magazine. Oh, I'll get my other wheel on here. This way. Yoink! There we go. Just get you sitting here for now. There we go. Now, for these, I've been using these. Are so handy. These markers. I guess for the new sort of modeler and stuff, to avoid having to pull out, you know, your brushes and keep cleaning your brush and pulling out the different paints. These are so handy for small stuff, like little stuff like this. And I actually painted these bags with the green. And yeah, they're so handy for this. So I basically just started with our bullets here. Just basically got a hold of it. And then yeah, just going across and getting the silver on the bullet. I'm leaving the belt black because that gets painted in the green. I'm just getting the silver and just running it over. That's literally all I'm doing. And we'll run this over. I don't know if you can hear. We're listening to the World Series that just ended. 18 innings between the Blue Jays and the Dodgers. What a record. 18 innings. Crazy. And just get the back side of these guys. Alright. There we go. Ends. Okay, so now we got the bullets are silver. Nice and bright. There we go. And there's my lid. Okay, so here we are at the end of the build again with all of our tools and drills, and I don't know about you, but I end up in a complete, not dither, but pretty, you know, I got everything out by the end. Okay, so now I just did the yellow on the tips, and basically the tip, it says to do the yellow right to that end, so I just basically followed that line in the mold on the shell itself, and I'm just doing the tips in yellow, and they stand out really good. I just get one good coat and then I flip it over and get another coat once I can get the sides. There we go. And then we'll just clean up the back side. There we go. Get our tips nice and yellow. Okay. And I'll just make sure that I've got right down to the end on each one, just so they look good and solid. Yellow. There we go. Put it on this one. And let me kill that audio in the background. And green. I just anyway, tweezers for that. Just get a hold of it, and I'm just running across the center of that belt, and then just working my way as I go. And I'm just kind of dabbing it in the center there, and the little indent between each round. And that worked really well. Dab the end. Right. Dab the end here. There we go. New rounds of shells. I think that looks pretty darn tootin'. Pretty easy, and that's really nice detail once they're laying in the case here. Right, and just sit right in there. That needs a little dab of glue. Something seems to be not wanting that to go in there, does it? Should fit. There's nothing interfering with it. Get in there, would you? Yeah. See, there's something that wants to hold that up for some reason. I don't. Oh. Oh, it does go up. Oh, I see. Oh, it goes up. Oh, it's the magazine is made that way. It's on an angle. Wow, isn't that something? Look at that. There's nothing wrong with it. It was me. It's made to go that way. Ah, I see. Okay. I guess there's a gap in between. That's the one that's in the gun, I suppose, is it? Okay. Well, there's our magazine. There we go. We did it. That was kind of kooky. Let's see. I think I'll just dab a little bit. Just somewhere. Just to tag them in. There we go. And that sits up over top. Can I get a hold of this? Yep, I can. And this sits over top of here. It's right in there somewhere. There. I do believe. Okay. There. Okay. There's our rounds in. And our gun. So I think yeah, we're in really good shape for a nice part 3. We can get our finals, like our windows, or I mean our windows. Our windows. The last little components that we've got, we can get our resin lenses put in, get our tanks, accoutrements put together, get our wheel mounted on the back. Have a plan for that. That's another something that we'll be doing. I think I'm going to use 2 of these little magnets. I'm going to put a little piece of metal on the back, a broken piece of a blade, glue it to the back of this, and I'm going to use one of these little magnets here and glue it to the back so that once I mount it here, once I mount it on the back on the inside, I'll be able to put this on and click, and it should hold right on there. So I think that'll be cool, because I don't want to permanently glue it in case I want to change the wheels. This wheel wouldn't match. So I think that'll be kind of cool. Yeah. So yeah, that was a good session. I didn't want to go too long this time, and I thought we got a lot done. Really digging the woodlands, I guess that is, camo scheme. I think those colors look really cool on it. I like the black rims. So you can chastise me either way, praise me or chastise me about the rim selection. But I think I'm gonna go with the H2 rims, even though I know that it was never on it. I just think they look better. I think they look kind of cool. I have a plan to pair something with this, so next episode we'll get that out too, and that'll carry us into, I guess, another project, but it'll be with this. So, mysterious me, we'll see you next time on the Model Student, and until then, live, love, laugh, carry on, keep planning, keep building. If you haven't started something, give it a shot, and if you are, carry on. So we'll see you then. Cheers. Bye.